Hello everyone, I'm Silverraptor and welcome back to another Wargame Red Dragon replay commentary video where I am playing with the USA Airborne deck that we had made in the last video. And I decided to shake it up a little bit as I actually joined the game instead of hosted it. So this game is actually Conquest instead of Destruction. A little bit of change, so we won't see the points pop up, which I usually like, so I know what I'm killing when I'm artillerying into random pieces of forest. But it still works that we could get to play. I will be going down to the center where I am backed up with Max VTV on the left and Doggy on the right. So we shall begin this game. Now at the start, I have left one of my Humvee CVs down here. I'm also going to be putting another Humvee CV here into Bravo. On the road at the start, we've got the M551A1 TTS, the Recon tank with a rocket, as well as its un-Recon version, the Sheridan. So it's going to be going down the road slowly as my helicopter brigade comes straight down the center, and we are going to trying to get here into Gulf. The good news about Airborne is that they are able to get there pretty fast, and I definitely want to be able to contest Gulf as Max and Doggy covers their respective fields on the right and left. And the first thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to send my Cobra a bit down into this over this forest, and they decide they're going to cluster artillery any convoy, wheeled convoy that would be there about that point if I was actually convoying, but instead I just fly over where the rockets are. A Mi-24A comes forward and my DAP quickly shoots it down with its two stingers as my Blackhawks quickly unload their riflemen, and my twin Hueys will unload the stingers as well. So light rifleman 90 with their super dragons and pretty decent light machine gun for their price are going to be making their way downtown. We've got looks like a vehicle coming down here this road, but I do have a Cobra ready to intercept, and an Mi-17 is trying to come forward to take out my light rifleman, but it's going to have to back off because my DAP does have the stingers, does successfully scare it off. Cobra is stunning up the SPW-70 with its rocket pods, just barely doesn't kill it as I fling over my DAP to the left with its twin autocannons. The Cobra is even going to fire a couple frag grenades. I'm not actually sure what gets the killing blow on here. And, oh, it was a frag grenade that killed it. Oh well, the DAP was going to help out. The light riflemen can actually see a little bit down this road, so they fire that one thing. Strela 10M, one missile hits my DAP, another missile hits my DAP, so my Cobra is going to fly out, doesn't have its rocket pods to defend itself. Light riflemen are firing their missiles. Ooh, and they successfully double hit a tank. Took quite a bit of damage. Light riflemen reload. Missiles are away. Another hit, and another hit, but that tank gets away with 1 HP, but then we successfully scared it off. Light riflemen only have 15 AP power, so that was unfortunate. Moderna's already over here onto the right side with some LSTR 40s, but they're going to be chewed up with these M2A1 Bradleys with their Bushmasters until the Moderna gets the line of sight with that smoke. My Sheridan and my TTS have gotten into view. They successfully destroyed something here, I'm pretty sure, with missiles. Another couple of missiles are going after that UAZ. Both missiles miss, as one of the missiles also misses from... Now this is kind of amusing. This has 40% accuracy, this has 40% accuracy. So as you can see, they don't quite hit a lot. Rangers are coming over onto the right, but here comes the Moderna stepping forward. But we do have an M1A2 Abrams ready to shoot at it. M2A1 Bradley is also coming forward. It does have ITO missiles. If that Moderna is on retreat, it's going to try to take out those riflemen. Abrams is going to be taking out this recon squad over here onto the right-hand side. Strop 2 is going to rip apart the Rangers with its main gun. As the LSTR-40s are starting to get into the Ravenster STG. Moderna is taken out by the Hornet C and the Strop 2. Nice! Hornet runs through. Took out quite a bit of heavy vehicles right there. And then Riflemen and Rangers are just about through. Don't know why he turned off his main gun with the Rangers. Oh, I know. No, I still don't know why. Okay. Sierra 30 tried to come, hit the M1A2 Abrams, but failed. So that M1A2 Abrams has successfully survived that. Over on the left, it looks like Max has pretty much uncontestedly gotten the far side of Echo, so he's got complete control of Echo. I have a longbow right here, fired several missiles. There's probably some vehicles that are coming through this forest, and looks like it's a mod shoots and push, but with my two Sheridans, who actually have 5 HE power each. Let me just get the Sheridan too. Yeah, both have 5 HE power. That will chew apart any infantry that come forward. Strela 10M is trying to get into position to be able to take out my twin Hueys, but my twin Hueys are expendable. They're just there to see if there's anything to kill, and my golly, there's something to kill. So they're trying to get their miniguns lined up. Finn Gallagher goes down, but the twin Huey is going to die to Strela 10M. The other one is behind the mountain, so it's going to be successful there. But the L-17K successfully takes out my longbow. Probably it's elite status. Oh, but it flies over my Stinger C's and gets shut down for its troubles. Bot shoots are trying to pull across, but my light riflemen are going to be able to hold them off, especially with the backup from the Sheridan squads. And I'm bringing up my Black Hawk with its twin miniguns to be able to help out. BMP-1 is taking out the Sheridan, but it's because they don't actually have a whole lot of armor. And we have some flak right there. It's able to take out that Black Hawk, no problem. Now the TTS has one shot remaining, but it is panicked. Will it be able to hit? No, it doesn't. But the light riflemen successfully get on target, really close range with the Super Dragon, and they captured Gulf just in time for me to bring my twin Huey in with a infantry squad. So we'll be quickly able to grab Gulf. We do have a bit of a lead, and if we keep this up, we will continue having that lead. Looks like they are planning a little bit of a push here on the left with OT M60 PBs. So Max is going to have to keep an eye out for that in a little bit. Looks like we've got some, however you pronounce them, coming through the forest right here, taking out one of the Black Hawks. As CS doesn't have a weapon jam, they would be able to successfully take them out, no problem. CEV is getting pretty close. Does have 13 front armor and 8 HE power, so if it can reveal that infantry, it can quickly take them out, no problem. Up, and the Rangers do successfully spot them, and I bet that CEV is going to roll right up and try to get a nice good flanking job on them. Oh no, the CS is going to die, but he still gets quite a bit of fire on it. CEV, massive explosion. And with the pincer attack from the Rangers, does successfully take out the infantry that was coming forward. But hang on, there seems to be a airplane on the loose, shooting at the Black Hawk. And oh my word, it looks like a artillery piece. Another L-17K. Those things seem pretty valuable for their price. A little bit of scuffle over here onto the left. My TTS has come up a bit now that it's calmed down to try to aim at the Strela 10M. Fires a missile. Misses. Come on, 48%. Reload that missile. Reload the shell again. And it fires its last missile. As there's some T-62Cs coming down, and that missile missed. So, this guy needs to go into retreat. And I decided, since I saw those tanks, and they might come rolling through, I better bring up an Apache with the Cobra for spotting, to be able, in case they do a armor push down this center, which I had a feeling they might. F-18C Hornet is coming in, fires, take out one T-62, and a MiG-25 RBF with its 8 500 kilogram bombs is flying overhead. Hornet does get out successfully. MiG fires off its payload, but my F-15 Eagle is coming into the fight. There's a Sierra 30, gonna lock on target, fires one AMRAAM missile. One hits, the other misses, unfortunately. F-15 has to pull back because I know they have some deadly AA to take out my air superiority fighter, so I don't want to risk it. Salamandra going to stop the Ranger squad from pushing forward into Mike. But all in all, Donkey did manage to get a pretty good control over Mike. I do have a bit of a control over here in the center on Gulf. Light Rifleman 90 are going to take advantage of sight lines through the road to fire their missiles at the 5-point APC vehicles. Going to quickly reload and acquire another one of those targets. Another volley of missiles fire successfully takes it out. L-17K flies over, probably took something out, not entirely sure. It does get away with its life, that's unfortunate. And there's a wild weasel flying around using its AIM infrared missile to try to take out the salamander. One did hit. Pretty good for a rookie wild weasel. Coming around for another pass. Does have anti-radar missiles of its own needs, and that salamander was successfully taken out, and that trained the wild weasel how to use those missiles pretty well. And we've got a couple of T-55s poking forward. Light riflemen successfully take them out. Enough missiles does put a dent in anything. All in all, now it's sort of, I would say, leveling out in terms of conflict. And I actually have some reinforcements on the ground, some M8 AGS and a TTS as well to spot for them. Of course, these things are just all gun, no armor. But if they can get the first shot off, they'll definitely be able to cause a bit of a ruffle. LAV-25 is going to be using its Bushmaster to whittle away at this T-62CZ, and the T-62CZ with poor optics cannot see it shooting at them. But he kind of guesses that something's shooting at them, so he is in retreat and does successfully get out of there. Another push from Doggy. Looks like his Rangers are going to go forward, but there's a whole bunch going to be there waiting for them. CEV is running out of fuel. That is a bit unfortunate, but all in all, he did make great progress. And seeing that he's made such great progress, I have volunteered a Humvee CV to take that place. But it looks like there's going to be a massive push over here on the left. Light riflemen are moving up. We're going to be trying to engage these proletary. Proletary are, of course, shock trained. So these Rangers and Light Riflemen need to be able to stop them at any cost. Canadian Airborne are going to stop these Intensifying Pez from coming across over here to the right side. OT Tab 71. Rangers need to engage with their Carl Gustav. Oh, one of them. These Rangers on the left are going to engage with that. And that seems to have stopped, but there's this whole bunch of proletariat, and these Rangers, the Light Riflemen, are definitely going to need all the help they can get. So the proletariat are pretty rattled here onto the left-hand side, but oh my god, looks like there's a huge airborne push coming across. Chaparral is firing its missiles, but here comes a block 16 from Doggy, and he's backed up with two of my F-15C Eagles, going straight for that Sierra 30. That's the biggest, well, I quickly turn to the air superiority fighter. F-15s do get, one of them does get shot down, the other one's going to be flying right after that Sierra 30. Missile miss, and evac is ordered. Oh, but there's quite a bit of AA over there onto their side. F-15 is going to get out successfully. Went a bit deep, but that was successful, and looks like there's going to be a bit of a cluster munition right here onto the forest, which is a good thing he did that now, because my Humvee CV is almost in position as the rocket artillery is landing. It should be done by the time the Humvee takes its place into Mike and neutralizes that sector, giving us another point advantage. Canadian Airborne is still trying to hold off this infantry push, and a whole bunch of infantry are still coming forward. Another recon squad, looks like a regular train squad, coming across. Going to try to sneak up on an Abrams. A couple of Grizzlies here with loaded up infantry, not entirely sure why. Super Khalib is chased off by the Patriot. Well, it is making a, yep, it's evacuating, and oh my god, there's a whole bunch of troops right here. Well, I've got just a cure for that. Not a cargo truck. How about an F-15D Eagle with 4 1,000 kilogram bombs on it? And bombs are released. Going to aim for that Intensifying Pez and the M84AN. M84AN is completely stunned up as the M1 IEP Abrams fires at it. And it's taking out 1 point of damage each hit. Light Riflemen also fire a missile, but it goes down. Salva's moving up, but Canadian Airborne quickly acquire it and lose it quite quickly. So they're still coming across here onto the left-hand side, but it looks like Max is going to be able to hold this. They haven't even breached the first line of defense. I have brought forward the twin Huey. That's going to be flying over here onto the left-hand side. See if it can use its minigun to take out any of the infantry. Since it is Conquest, I don't mind losing it. Patriot's going to be firing its missiles, and it looks like a Salva fire did take out the twin Huey, as the Patriot does miss its missile, unfortunately. But more and more enemy stuff is coming across, M1 IP Abrams has acquired the OT M60 PBs as they're coming down the road. One salvo gets taken out as the Canadian Airborne use their Carl Gustav. Ranger squad have their weapons off and they're under attack by the regular recon squad. They get taken out, but the HA does successfully take out another vehicle onto the left-hand side. There's a whole bunch of troops coming forward. And a lot is going on. Can they hold? Super Khalif misses with its 2 missiles. Another Patriot missile scares it off. M1 IP Abram is backing up with its engaging with all of its machine guns and its main cannon against all this force that is coming along. It's almost out of browsing machine gun ammo because it's just been firing non-stop against these infantry, preventing them from getting as close as they can. And I'm doing a little bit of a counter push myself. My M8 AGS are going to come up and successfully see that there's a couple of recon squads there. I see that there's some NUAs and looks like the enemy probably is going to be counterattacking, so I do retreat them so that they can take a good defensive stand to take out anything that could be coming down. Looks like some an ATGM successfully takes out a Chaparral as an Aardvark comes in with its 340 kilogram bombs. Whole rain of death and destruction coming along. Successfully taking out all of those infantry. M1 IP Abrams has run out of M2 browsing machine gun, has to rely on its M240D or 24D light machine gun ammo as well as its main gun to try to hold them off as best it can, but it's doing a pretty good job. I put the attack marker because that's where the NUAs were, but I don't really have anything that could take it out, as I'm probably running pretty low on points at the moment. FJBs have revealed that they've been back here the entire time, as more of the wild weasels are flying around. V-150 using this machine gun to stun up the OT Tab 71. Another couple of MiG-25 RBFs with their 8 500 kilogram bombs are flying overhead, but my F-15C Eagles quickly descends. They want a fresh kill. Abrams missiles fired out. One of the MiGs is taken out. More missiles flying. And another MiG is taken out. F-15C, they're going to be engaging the MiG-29. One goes down. F-15C Eagle takes a pot shot at the L-17K. It gets shot down, but so does that. So all the planes do go down. 4 planes for 2. I consider that a win in our book. And the M1 IP Abrams has finally killed all the infantry that were moving forward. Running bingo on ammunition and fuel. It's going to get a Super Stallion to charge it up. It deserves a nice drink up, but there was a bit of a flash there. I hope he saw that. He saw that. He's ready to protect his Abrams. And over here on the right, it looks like a Black Hawk has discovered some infantry right here. SU-22M4P is flying over, but I don't have any radar in this deck, so he didn't actually find anything. M1 IP Abrams is going to move up, take out whatever vehicle that was. Rangers are going to be moving up as well. He's going to be scouting up into Gulf, see if we can start taking that out. Looks like they did a bit of a bombing run into center and took out my CV, but I should have a replacement for that no time at all. Another cluster already is coming in, and they're going to be aiming where my Humvee CV is, so they are successfully going to probably take that out. Yep, they successfully take that out. And somehow they destroyed it, but they didn't get control of... Oh, because Doggy put another TACOM squad as reserve. Here comes a anti-tank plane. It does take out the Chaparral successfully and is going to get out. SU-22M4P fired. I don't know what it was aiming at. Oh, this is not the seed plane. Okay. So it's trying to engage any kind of vehicle it can. The M2A1 Bradley survives successfully. Those 2 ATGM missiles, so it has to fly out. Looks like here comes another Super Khalif firing 2 missiles. Both missiles missed, but one of them almost hit the tackle. That would have been bad. And here comes an Mi-24D 55 pointer. He's going to go straight for this Bradley, but seeing that there is a helicopter, I already have my DAP and the OH-58C coming right on up. Is going to engage that Mi-24D, see if he can save that Bradley. One missile hits. Another missile's firing. DAP fires its Stinger missile, and the OH gets the kill. Over in the center, my twin Huey is arrived just in time to see that there's a big push coming on. I moved my Cobra so that the rocket pod will be able to engage it just fine. M8 AGS Does get taken out by some BMPs, but some Blackhawks with their twin miniguns are going to move up and try to stop this infantry from pushing forward. Twin Hueys are going to unload their Stingers as best they can. Light Riflemen are also going to use their Super Dragons to try to take out the BMP-1s. Machutsen are coming in the center, and my emergency reset button, the F-15D Eagle, has successfully come in and dropped its 4 1,000-kilogram bombs right on where the Machutsen are. I actually expected the Light Riflemen to die, so I had already a long time ago queued up a massive attack. Blackhawks are taking out the Machutsen as well as to help with the TTS. AAPs are shooting down the Blackhawks as they do a quick sweep to see if there's any infantry left to shoot at, as Doggy is going to be moving in from the right with his Marines, and his LVTP is going to be flanking them from the right with a massive counterattack. Cobra's launching its frag grenades, and I see that their push has successfully stalled out as my Lance Stingers are going to get into the building. One of the missiles from the TTS fires, but it does get taken out by an ATGM and that building. Light Riflemen are moving up, see if they can take out the T-55 as the Twin Hueys finally move back into position. Oh no, it took a hit from one AAPs. Another missile fires, miss. Another missile fires, miss. And the Twin Huey successfully lands with 1 health. And this is why you get the Twin Huey over the regular Huey. Though I'll have to admit, if any of those other 2 missiles hit, that Twin Huey would have been host. Like that. At least I got my CV out. LAV Scout is moving up, takes out another recon squad. And now it's either in the prime position to be able to start sniping any kind of enemy AAPs that might be there. Twin Huey moved up, does get taken out by whatever AA is flying around there. These are more scouting pieces. Since this is not a destruction points game, knowing that there's a T-55 in here, I'm moving up my M8 AGS, hoping he can acquire first. It can get the first shot at close range with its massive gun and should be able to take that out. And now I'm starting to gear up my my forces. I'm going to get a longbow and a Super Cobra, see if we can start doing a bit of an airborne sweep. Nuas have been spotted by the LAV-25 Scout. Fires its Bushmaster. 1 Nua is taken out. Quickly acquire. Other Nua is taken out. Kolos is captured. But the Su-22 M4 is taken out by my F-15C Eagle, as it fires 1 missile against the MiG-29, but it's going into retreat. MiG-29 is going to chase him down, and with another AA missile from the ground does shoot down my F-15. That is unfortunate. And the Scout was also successfully taken out by some BMP-2s. Rangers have been caught in the crossfire. They need to retreat. As Bradley fires its last tow missile, it successfully takes out, looks like, a couple of APCs. Nice kill there. Longbow and Super Cobra are getting up into position. My M8 AGS did find that T-55 and successfully took it out. So now it has free reign to keep moving forward to see if it can find any other enemy tanks. Looks like Max is going to be doing a little bit of a counter push on his own. Hotel is going to be under assault as the Canadian Airborne and the Grizzlies are going to be opening fire with the M1 IP Abrams providing some support fire over here on the left-hand side. And the Canadian Airborne did successfully make it into the building, backed up by the Cobra with its Hydra and FFAR missiles. It's going to move up a little bit so we can engage with that frag grenades over in the center of the M8 AGS. Has a firing computer reset, goes into full retreat. FJBs encounter with US Marines, but with no light machine gun, the US Marines are able to take apart those FJBs, no problem at all. There is another tank, and this M2A1 Bradley doesn't have the ITO missile to take it out, as it is gunning straight for it. But M1A2 Abrams is going to try to come up, see if it can take it out. But there's an M2A2 Bradley over here, fires its TOW-2 missile, successfully takes out that tank. Mi-24P stops the US Marines from pushing forward in the center, as the Canadian Airborne are still taking it out with the Macedonia Pez. And I am bringing forward another F-15D Eagle. I suspect that they actually had an AA piece somewhere over here, but a MiG-29 has come in, and I saw that it was already in range, so I just decided to drop the bombs, expecting the F-15D to die. As the bombs fly forward, a lot of sparks. So it definitely killed some stuff there. Due to it not being destruction, though, I'm not entirely sure what. But to examine the wreckage and find that there's a tank hiding there. So more Macedonia Pez are going up against Canadian Airborne. Canadian Airborne outgunned. this Humvee. They're trying to bring up some reinforcements, but I don't think they're actually going to get there just in time. Blackhawk's going to try to move up with its minigun, see if it can help out with whatever is going on down here in the center. Does lose sight, but there is an AA piece that does successfully take out the Blackhawk with one hit. Canadian Airborne have unloaded from the Humvees. Oh, that's cool. He loaded up Canadian Airborne into spare Humvees that he had. That is definitely clever. I was about to say, Canadian Airborne Humvees? What? That's what. Canadian Airborne are going to get into that building any day now. There we go. And now, thanks to Macedonia Pez, don't have the close quarters combat light machine gun. Canadian Airborne are able to engage Mr. Mini-Me and be able to take out those regular infantry just fine. Looks like an LVTP is finally going to make it across into the forest line. He's going to be able to cut along to the left and finally see just where the CV might actually be. But this M1A2 Abrams is out of fuel. Oh no, Avengers trying to get into position, but the Sierra 30s fired their missiles and successfully takes out the Abrams. But the F-16 block gets revenge and shoots down the Sierra as the F-15D bombing run takes out whatever CV was hiding back here in the ruins. Don't know. Wreckage it's so destructive the wreckage doesn't even exist anymore. Canadian Airborne are engaging still with, looks like he did a hopscotch with the Macedonia Pez. Trying to engage them. He's got some more infantry down waiting into the sidelines as I am gearing up with some of the DAPs. My longbow Super Cobra made a little bit of a retreat because I thought he might be going for them with the L17K. As the MI-24P is moving up, but I do have a Stinger ready in case he gets too close. M1 IP Abrams is going to be engaging the OT Tab 71 as it's backed up by the HA as well as more infantry are going to come down to this come down to the city down here as the last of the APCs is taken out, but one of the Humvees does go up in smoke. Delta Force are unloaded, and they're going to be engaging the Proletariat, the Macedonia Pez. Eggmen are going to be engaged by the HA Abrams, but we are having a +2 lead, and we are starting to get a bit of an advantage. One of the Eggmens does go down, but another one does hit the M1 IP Abrams square in the side. Looks like there's another tank here as more and more infantry are streaming forward into this building to try to take them out. And I am actually going to bring up some of my own Humvees and try to back up Max. His attack seems to be starting to work out, and I definitely want to make sure that it is indeed the case, a successful thing. Spadarogeneri are coming across here into the forest line, backed up by a recon squad and some T-62 CZ tanks. A Sierra 30 comes in, did take out the M1 IP Abrams, but did get shot down by the Patriot for his trouble. Goodbye, Sierra 30. M1A1 HA Abrams firing at point blank range against the Proletariat, but still not within machine gun range, interestingly enough. Quickly reacquiring and firing. Okay, Canadian Airborne. Just as my Humvees were starting to get into range, this MI-24P was getting into range as well, so I have to retreat. My Delta Squad Oro 2 comes in with his Maverick missile, does successfully take out the HA tank and gets away with its life. That is most annoying as the Cobra is coming forward with Max. Going to be engaging with its frag grenades and trying to see if it can hold off the enemy force. And his attack seems to be stalling. My Humvees managed to get in there. We could have resumed the attack, but they definitely have all solidified up. Over here, I've got an F-18 Hornet on standby, ready to go in case there's a heavy tank over here onto the right-hand side. We are starting to get close to winning this, but we definitely want to speed up this victory if we can by getting more points. Super Khalif's coming forward, goes after the Chaparral, so he takes it out. One of the Patriot missiles does hit, but the Khalif does successfully survive. As I'm bringing forward my helicopter squad to try to see if we can stop the enemy in their tracks, or at least take out the tanks so I can get this whole line of Humvees up into that building. My F-18 tried to go for a Moderna, but did die, but this doggy has all of his forces out. Does successfully stop this counter push from getting close to that TACOM squad. And it's almost about ready to make the push. And my Longbow and DAP are going to be moving forward. Seeing that his Eggman's trying to come for my Humvee. Longbow has let loose its Maverick missiles. or Hellfire missiles, sorry, and successfully takes that out. Eggman is revealed. The longbow does take out the Eggman with its very accurate fire and forget missiles. Humvees are going to be making a quick push up. One of my taps is shot down, but they're screening for my Super Cobras, as the Super Cobra is engaging with its Toad 2 against the OTM-60PB. One of the Humvees does pop. Another Humvee does pop, but quickly I unload, and all of my infantry are revealed. Regular light riflemen, 10 points. Infantry are going to be engaging forward. Massive bombing force does take out the infantry outside the building. Delta Force are going to try to engage against the Proletary, basically absorbing the bullet sledges for the light riflemen to be able to engage. But it looks like we've got an attack. There it is. That took out whatever vehicle was hiding there. F-16s are going to be taken out by flying too far into enemy territory. Light riflemen 90s are engaging and taking out whatever vehicle is over there on the right. Light riflemen are stunned up, but they can still hold their own against Proletary. RO2 does fire against the H1 Abrams. We actually see where the CV is. Nighthawk is going to be flying where the AA pieces was. And something blew up, so I guessed correctly where that AA was. And some of you might be asking, why didn't I divert it? Well, I was afraid that it might overshoot and be into enemy territory. So I let it proceed with its bombing run. And since we know where it is and that it shouldn't be moving anytime soon, we're going to be able to get our some kind of squad in range to take it out. I do have a bunch of Harriers that are going to be flying over. They're going with the rocket pods. This is going to be what I was going to plan to take out what was going on, but it looks like an attack on missile does take it out. So I'm going to try to divert them, but they decided to divert over where the majority of the enemy AA is. I evac all of my Harriers. One of them is stunned, did not decide to evac out, as one Harrier is going to escape. My other Harrier, still stunned, is going to be circling around, and now that he's in safety, he's going to probably get out. Right? Yep. Going to get out and repair. The light riflemen are still engaging into the huge blob of Macedonia Pez over here onto the left-hand side. Max is going to be backing up with my light riflemen with some Humvees. Hopefully with some nice and important infantry into the center. Wild Weasel takes out a successful radar piece, but is probably going to be shot down in the process. Or is it a lucky weasel? It's a lucky weasel! Alright. So light riflemen are starting to go down, but they are holding up. Delta Force have come up to back up the light riflemen, and the Harrier that had successfully evac fired its rocket pods and successfully takes out, looks like, 17 Macedonia Peds with one rocket pass. These guys are pretty good, and they reload quite quickly. So as my light riflemen are going to be holding off, we are successfully going to win because we now have 500 points. And that is the end. Total victory with the Air Force. Yes, we did. I didn't do the best in the kills and losses, but since it was Conquest, I was a little bit sacrificial, especially with my transport helicopters in the beginning, the Hueys and the Blackbirds. They were supposed to fly ahead, see what shoots at them, and then I could react accordingly so I don't risk more expensive stuff. But as you can see, the Sheridan did do its job, taking out quite a bit of Marchusen with that 5 HE power gun. Longbow killed a bunch of light stuff, but definitely provided the spotting. Stingers actually shot down quite a bit of stuff, especially planes. And the F-15D only got 2 kills there. But the M8s, oh man, those M8s were quite on target. And the Harrier even killed 2 squads of Macedonia Pez. Nice. Alright. So that was an Airborne USA deck. So thank you all so much for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this. And the next deck nation is going to be a Soviet Airborne deck, so stay tuned for that. And if you have any other deck ideas, please list them down in the comments down below, so I will get to them in due time. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.